gives himself maximum opportunity to be able to convert with that ripping start. Now they're 2 wide, 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide. There's contact. Murray gets into sight of one of the Red Bull racers there. There's the typical congestion halfway between 2 and 3. And under assault is Reynolds. He's got LeBrock up on the outside of him. Brock Feeney's in there as well, and Jack is flying.
Nice job. Beautiful start there by Matt Payne. The original jump was great by David Reynolds, and now we've got contact. One of the Premier cars is in the fence coming out of turn 3. Ryan Wood was involved there somewhere. It's Golding who's parked, and there's been contact, heavy contact, and the safety car will be deployed. And how's the luck for Jackson Evans? He's been caught in this thing again. Right-hand side damage on that car.
6.
What a shame. He's been everywhere. The bombers have dropped.
Oh, 3, terrible.
At the Northern Territory and
1.
here, so
Golding engaged.
And there was plenty of drama at turn 2, Neil, because there were 3 cars across the inside curb. It was Cam Hill as one of them, and I reckon Ryan Wood was another who had to take evasive action in the braking area for turn 2 and effectively turn across the inside of the corner.
So let's have a look and see whether or not we can pull apart any of the detail here. So the initial jump looked okay. The secondary part of the start was all about Matt Payne. And off he went as he grabbed second and third gear. He was able to pull the car into position and then decide where he wanted to be placed. Always hold your breath when you get down here at turn 2, because they end up, as I said in the live call, you end up 2, 3 and 4 wide. So watch on the exit here. Yeah, so we end up 4 wide at one point. Someone's all over the top of the traffic island down there. And it's this pinch point halfway between turns 2 and 3 that often triggers trouble. Where are we looking? Down the back end of the field.
Yep. So there's Cam Waters, who bumps into Thomas Randall, and then someone on the outside has had to come back to the right. So here we are on board with Matt Payne. So the initial jump, as you said, was really good by David, but the secondary part of the start much better from the Grove Mustang. So as the Penrite car then blazes down, they all keep to the inside. So they know track position is key, and they don't want to be rounded up around the outside. So Reynolds plucks in, Feeney in behind him, and so was LeBrock. Now, LeBrock makes a little bit of ground based on this early exchange, and he ends up getting Feeney. But just back behind you in the Hino Truck Bridge, they were all bumping into each other, and as they come out of turn 3, they were spearing everywhere. Now, this is going to pick up on what I said about drivers going along the inside. That there is Cam Hill, I think. And then in behind there, is that Cam Hill? I think it's Cam Hill. Yeah. But in behind...
We're riding with Thomas Randall. There's a bit of braille involved in understanding all this. You've got to feel your way around the racetrack.
So this is Randall now. On the outside, Jackson Evans, and that was the inside. So that's what we picked up before. So Cam Waters into Randall, into Jackson Evans, and chaos unfolds. Golding involved also.
But what about Cam Waters surviving this? Like going through a 360. Oh, my goodness. That was actually a much bigger shunt than I thought, with Golding fully riding the 55. That's unbelievable image here. So watch this, just check it out. Round he goes, didn't nail the wall, puts it back in gear, drops the clutch and presses on. Holy smoke.
That is the save of the year. Now, the Percat runs long, so he's wide. That sort of starts it a bit. Oh, and then there's the spear. Have a look at the car on 2 wheels for Golding.
It's not the wall of death up there. He's in the stunt team, up on the wall. Unbelievable. Jack LeBrock moved up the spot from his qualifying position up into 3rd. We are racing one more time. Huge distance to go. Opportunistic move down the inside here by Feeney. I think he's going to force this issue and it'll work for him. There's not much space on the exit here, but they manage it very well between them. And he gets out the other side. He's got the primary line when they get to turn 3. So Feeney now moves it up into 3rd position, and he might drag James Courtney with him in that process. And James is certainly knocking on the rear bumper of LeBrock as they make their run towards 4 and 5.
So we'll see what the real pace in 4th position now is relative to the leaders.
Here we go. This Will Brown is right writing his name on the rear bumper of Will Davison's car, and he's up the inside of him now on the exit of turn 2, and he's going to get him by the time they get down here. In fact, they've pushed the guard onto Will's tyres, and it's smouldering. You got Anton De Pasquale trying to make gains out of this as well. It's quite significant. Quite significant, the damage on the back of the 17 here, and it's really centre punched
we can see it.
the guard and the bumper.
Oh my God.
What a shame. So that is very heavy contact. Now the great worry here is you do not want it to pierce. Yeah, they're bringing him in. You don't want it to pierce that tyre, or you can end up with a car in the wall here. It could be very costly. So De Pasquale will get down the inside. And the problem for Will is he's got to try and get to the right.
Another car that's got smoke coming out of it also.
Courtney.
That's Courtney.
Courtney's got big damage here. Something going on the left-hand side. Erupting in Townsville. Davison in trouble. Courtney in trouble, and we've got another Shell V-powered car here pointing in the wrong direction. I presume it's Will.
He's trying to get in the pit lane. He's got hit.
Did he get a whack? Because that was I was trying to stumble my way to explaining it, that he's on the wrong side of the road. You've got to cross the road to get to the pit lane entry. Feeney down the inside for position number 2 now over David Reynolds.
So I don't know whether the James Courtney issue is actually like a terminal engine issue by the look, because there's just a bucket load of smoke come out of that through turn 10. Flags. So safety car out, safety car, second time. And Courtney out of the car, it looked terminal.
9, 8,
and when we saw the smoke,
6,
we were looking for the rear of
4,
Will Davison, but it actually was a car in front.
2, 1. Limiters
just to confirm, guys, that is indeed a blown engine for car 7 of James Courtney. The team are so disappointed with that one, but what it has done is it's absolutely sprung everybody to attention in pit lane right now. This could lead to a pretty busy period.
Well, that's a rarity. So what a frustration. And how's Will Davison getting his ears boxed in that process? He gets a whack from behind by Will Brown, and then, and that was a good call to bring that thing in, because that's a heartbeat away from completely piercing the tyre. This is how this all ignited. So there's some contact here that ultimately results in the guard getting pushed onto the tyre. And now that guard is in the process of piercing the tyre, so it starts to light up and smoke. So we were trying to figure out how he got, he did get tagged. Who was it? Okay, so Andre gets him, and that's because he's got to slow down to try and get the thing to the right into the pit lane. When we took the shot, car was rotating, and now the field reacting at the first of their compulsory stops. So Payne comes in from the lead. Feeney, Reynolds, Kostecki, everybody following. De Pasquale stayed out.
So Andrew Edwards giving Will Brown the bad news. Will just asked, do we have to serve the penalty at our stop? Andrew very bluntly said, correct.
Oh, he's got him, he's tagged him. Heimgartner's turned hill, and that triggers off a concertina that involved Fullwood as well. Not a good deal for Cam Hill. And that has dropped him all the way down the order, Cam Hill. What a frustration for him. New backing on the car this weekend from BHP Mitsubishi Alliance. You saw the safety starts with me signage down the side. Let's have a look at what happened here on replay. So plummeting down the inside comes Heimgartner, locks the rears. He doesn't have control and tags the right rear corner of car 4, almost inevitably going to cop a penalty as a result of that one.
Oh, here we go. The Townsville. Oh, they're running into each other through turn 12. This is peak hour on the streets of Townsville now, down the inside.
Big chance for the Townsville smash-up derby here out of the final corner. We're riding with Waters. We've got Aaron Cameron on the left-hand side of road. We've got Nick Percat mixed up in this one as well. Kai Allen is part of the show. Macaulay Jones as well as Waters goes down the inside. It is all ticking off. Allen has a sneak peek down the inside. Can't get that done. What a mess. It's just a huge congestion of cars looking to climb under, over and around each other. And do they get out the other side down here at turn 3? Just.
There's about 7 of them trying to find a place to have an accident then.
They're all on the tow rope.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, monstrous moment there by Mostert. That was so sideways. The left-hand loaded side wheels were in the grass coming off turn 6. The left-hand rear wheel dragged itself into the grass, and then when that happened, he had an armful of opposite lock, and he was able to regain control of the car and get it back on the island, but that was close to going in the fence, and sometimes in the fence on the right-hand side, big accident.
25 laps remain. And that's about the distance that Kostecki did yesterday on the stint of tyres to get to the checkered flag. Nice looking tyre set going on this car. They need a perfect stop here. Fuel's been delivered. What was the bobble? Why did they?
It's semi-stalled, but I don't know what caused it as it dropped.
That could be costly.
Could be.
Garth?
Yeah, so they were a little slow on the right rear tyre, so the fuel was done as they were doing the right rear up, and as they dropped the car, Chaz had a mini stall, so it just hesitated and then launched, so a bit of a messy end to that stop for Chaz.
Stanaway's gone out and fast on new tyres. Meantime, Wood and Fordwood are also in. Chaz in the final corner. Matt Payne's taken that service. He releases the 40km/h pit lane speed limiter.
There's Chaz.
And how's this going to pan out? So they're bringing Payne up to speed out the other side, and he's managed to survive that one, but he's still got a cool tyre at the moment, and now he's got to go into Major League defence mode to be able to stop the charging Mostert, who's got plenty of energy in that car at the moment and looking to climb all over him. So he could be vulnerable when they get down to turn 11, as now they respond at Red Bull and bring our race leader in as well.
Copy that, problem.
Mostert was flying. It's the fastest first sector of the race.
Don't come across too early, mate.
And
it's a fairly short stop, mate, so you're going to keep it in gear. Keep coming down.
Mostert down at turn 11, if he's close enough. I don't think he is.
no, I think Payne's tyres have come up enough by now to resist it.
Yeah, quite rapidly.
Centre on the board.
Right with him.
There's no traffic. Standing by. Clear, clear,
Nice
clear.
stop. Absolutely no chaos. So calm, so professional. The execution of those stops are absolutely world class.
And he blends back out.
With an easy gap.
Yeah, and he had a cushion in hand here. So here's the focus now. Oh, that was nasty. So Kai Allen with a right front lock, snagged it on the run into turn 2.
Ryan Wood is on a charge. If you remember, he's coming for his second pit stop. Both stops, they've thrown 3 green tyres on that car. He's in at 11th on the cut-off line. So he's looking like he's trying to make some spots up now.
When you first get going, in order to have some firepower in the second half of your tyre stint, clearly what Chaz wants to do here is rattle him out of position as early as he can so that he can get fresh air, because we know that that is an advantage, and then get into his own rhythm. And Matt won't want to be hustled any harder than he absolutely needs to be, because he doesn't want to hurt these tyres. He's a bit vulnerable here. Let's see whether he gets chased, and he does. Mostert down the inside, and he has managed to pull it up. Matt tries to sneak back in underneath him, but puts him on the wrong side of the road when they get to the final corner. There's not a lot of space here. Payne tries to keep him down tight. That didn't really work. And that little extra bobble and the reset of the throttle and dropping back in behind was what closed off that deal for Mostert. Brown's 5 seconds. Will Davison's now leading, having been hit by Will Brown early on. Now Payne is the chaser, and he's looking down the inside turn 2. And both of these guys will want to relax the energy going into these tyres as soon as they possibly can. I don't see a lot of prospect for that in the short term. 13 corners, 2.8 kilometres to run.
6 straight. He can't.
After some hot, heavy work at Townsville, as Barry Ryan does a bit of coaching in the background. Now, Cooper Murray's done a pretty awesome job here as well, sitting there in 9th position. He's lost a couple of spots from his qualifying position, but a top 10 result when you're a newbie in the category anytime is really solid. We just saw a glimpse of him down at turn 11 now for the final time. And it's a pretty hefty margin, Mark. It's 6.3 seconds now as he starts to pull the final of 26 gear changes per lap around here at Townsville for Brock Feeney. He came into this weekend having never won in Townsville. Well, he's cleaned up that record, and as he makes his way to the checkered flag, Brock Feeney is back in the winner's circle one more time.
Awesome work. That one's dedicated to the thinkers. Awesome work, guys. Great drive, mate. Hold us.
Victory this afternoon to Brock Feeney.
Some people were sorry. So yeah, great work.
And confirmation of the race 21 results with Brock Feeney doing a beautiful job today. Will Brown also setting the fastest lap on his way to finish inside the top 5. What could have been with that 5-second penalty? Ultimately, there was a fair gap up the road towards Matt Payne and Chaz Mostert. And we're hearing that particularly for Chaz Mostert, he had those power steering dramas, which are just confirmed in Pertec Victory Lane.